Wow. Okay. Hi. Hello. Hello again. I had to restart my whole live. So I'm hoping that my audio actually comes through this time. Nobody's muted. Everything should come through. That's crazy. All right. So I'm just starting over. I threw out the collective synchronicities. I don't know what your synchronicities are right now. We're going to find out as we go. Because someone did not want that message getting out, clearly. So we're going to start again. We're going to start again, and we're just going to go from here. Screw it. All right, I'm going to roll to see what house this is in. The 9th house again, okay? So back to philosophy and higher learning. And the zodiac sign it's in? 5, Leo. Okay, Leo in philosophy and learning. Interesting. Okay, so this very much pop out energy. And let's get into the runes here. Let me know if you can hear me. I started live not that long ago and my audio was muted and I had no idea. So just let me know. So yes, let's get into runes and figure out what about the house of philosophy and learning you need to know. All right, so we have fated, pair throw for fated. Right, and we have manas for humanity. Fated humanity, what is that? In the 9th house and learning. Interesting. Okay. Let's get into charms because that's vague. Get into charms. I'm not looking at the bowl, right? I don't want to look at it and influence what I pick here. So just bear with me. That feels good. Oh, that's funny. 2 intuition charms. I didn't know I had 2 in here. That's funny. So heavy on intuition. Intuition and divination here. So spirits being funny. They're being facetious. So, fate. Yeah, fate, intuition, humanity, Leo. Interesting. All right, so we're going to get into it. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on with the collective today. Because that was crazy. That was really crazy. Hello. Started my live earlier and I was muted the entire time and had no idea. So we're starting completely over. New message. I did a cleansing of everything and said, okay. We're going to start over and figure out what's going on. What's going on? Let's see. What's going on with the collective today, Spirit? So, what is going on? Because we have this very vague message here regarding philosophy and higher learning, Leo, fated humanity, and intuition. So, what is that? That mischievous energy. Because earlier I got a heavy feeling of mischievous, of pranksters, but in a funny way, not in a malicious way. So it's funny that they put out 2 crystal ball charms. I had no idea I had 2 of those, so that's just funny to me. What's going on in the collective today? What do they need to know right now? What do they need to know? Thank you. 3 of Wands, planning, waiting for ships to come in. It's sideways, right? And when I see it sideways, that often tells me it can go either or. Sideways. Often the 3 of Wands talks about waiting for ships to come in. If it's in the reverse, it would be ships not coming in. So this is an in-between period of we're waiting for something to happen. What are we waiting on? They're obviously plans and they're very important to us because they're all about the inner spark, that manifestation energy, that motivation, that creativity. So it's we've put something out and now we're waiting for news of something on it. Another sideways, Page of Wands in the reverse. So it could be a new venture we're starting on. A new venture we're starting on in the creative realms or something that we're very passionate about. And we're trying to figure out if our ships are going to come in. Oh, I see. We may have an issue with comparison. So this could be something that we're relatively new at and that we've never done before. So we're just starting out and we're waiting to see if it works out. So we can either feel like, oh, I'm failing, I'm not meeting up to the standards of people that I admire, or you feel more inspired to keep going. I see. Okay. Tell me more. So yeah, it's like that. Yeah, and Leo being here. So Leo is often like the ultimate hype person. They're like the ultimate hype person and can get you really fired up, but in their unhealed energy, they can be very much, hog the spotlight, that type of thing. They're very much like unhealed. It's very diva energy. But upright, they're like the ultimate cheerleader. So it's definitely feeling like that. So we may be in this middle in-between energy of waiting to hear news on our creative ventures, a project that we're trying to do. Again, this is philosophy and higher learning. So you could have applied to like a new school or a new career option where you have to kind of learn as you go. And we're trying to see how it pans out. Brand new venture, brand new start. Tell me more, Spirit. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful Thursday. And if you're not, I hope it gets better from here. Oh, the Hierophant in reversed. So this new venture that you're on is very unconventional. It's not normal. Yeah, it kind of breaks the rules somehow. What I mean by that is it could be something that, even if it's a totally normal thing that you're going after, it could be something that no one else around you has ever done. So for example, say that you live in a house, you just got out of college and your entire family line are all cubicle workers, or they work for the government or something like that, and you've decided to become an entrepreneur, right? You've decided to start your own business, or you decided to do content creation, or you decided to join the military, and now you're kind of just waiting to see if that decision was worth it. Yeah. Or they all expect you to go to a accredited institution for learning, and you've decided to go to trade school. You know what I mean? It's like for some reason it breaks the conventional around you. Yeah, you're moving a bit different than those around you. And it's a little scary. Like I said, we're waiting to hear news on this, and it's a brand new venture. So it's either going to inspire us to keep moving that way, or it's going to put us into comparison issues. Or that's how we perceive it at this time. Welcome in, everyone. Hello, hello. And today is that type of energy. We are in a Jupiter retrograde, and today is the day of Jupiter. So that's interesting. Very heavily in our feelings, back and forth on that energy. And the day of Jupiter is all about manifestation. So it's kind of like wondering if what we've been working on is worth it. Oh my gosh. This card just did like 3 cartwheels and landed on the ground. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Hi, Robin. The Four of Pentacles in reversed. The Four of Pentacles upright is often like this feeling of holding on to something. So this kind of feels more like lack mindset. It's kind of that scarcity thing, holding on to things for the sake of like trying to find your stability. So again, this is scary. Yeah, this is kind of scary. Whatever this is, especially with humanity here, it could be trying to do something in relation to humanity. And it's scary because you don't know if it's going to pan out yet. So we're a little afraid at this time. That's okay. That makes sense. If you're waiting for news on something you just started, it would be scary. And you would be wondering, oh my God, was this a dumb decision? Yeah. Okay. I get what you're putting down. I got you. Tell me more, Spirit. Let's hone in a bit more. Let's narrow it down. 21 could be relevant. Someone here is 21. That adds up to 6. So there is a balancing. So it's like tackling our inner self-saboteur. It's like we know, hi, R. we know that this is worth pursuing, but we do have those fears coming from the past that are kind of getting us in our head at the moment. So, it's funny you show up. I just started a live 5 minutes ago and I was muted the whole time and had no idea. So I restarted brand new. I have no synchronicities for anyone. I threw that out. I was like, clearly this is not the message for today. So it's just really funny. I'm going completely unprepared into this. So I feel like you guys right now, completely unprepared, at the mercy of the of the fates. Interesting. That's so funny. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Because I need to know. I want to know what this is about. Because we're scared. We're scared of this opportunity not working out. Because it's different. It's different than what we're surrounded by. And Spirit wants to be tight-lipped today, clearly. Oh, yeah, 2121, yeah. That's funny. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, and I have 2 divination charms in my charms that I had no idea I had duplicates of. So it's just like, oh, that could be a message. Somebody could try to get something from a vending machine and get an extra, or you could like buy something off of Amazon and get an extra. That's just a little side message here, like a little tiny surprise. The Star and the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, so whatever this is, it'll be very, very good for you, right? Whatever you're currently chasing, you already are aware that this is a very good thing for you to be pursuing. This new course you're trying to take, this new education you're trying to go towards, this job, this new business that you're trying to launch. Again, this is philosophy and higher learning. So it's chasing after, it's also spirituality. Hi, hello. It can also be spirituality. It's a brand new journey in our motivation, in our creativity, and it definitely feels scary to do. It's not normal, and we're worried that it's not going to pan out, but I see here that you chose to go this way because it has the potential to bring a lot of healing. We got Leo here and the Star, which is hilarious because that's literally the energy of Leo. The Star, right? It has this huge potential. So again, someone here may be trying to become a content creator. It has the potential to put you in the spotlight for humanity, right? It has this big potential for that, and that could bring you a very stable lifestyle. It could put you in a really good headspace. So we're worried about it, right? We're worried about it not working out, which makes total sense if it's in a market that's not necessarily stable or a profession that has a lot of people who, it would be like a really niche thing. So you don't necessarily have a ton of people to kind of compare and see how it could pan out. Strawberries may be significant to someone here. I just saw strawberries. The Queen of Swords in reversed. Oh, yeah, okay. So we could have, the fears that we have here could stem from a very overcritical mother figure or a very overcritical feminine Aquarius. So that could have us in our head. If not that, then it could just be that this feeling, this scarcity, this worry stems from tendencies of being hypercritical of yourself. Oh, yeah. So in terms of mentorship, right? The best way to learn is trial by fire. And I don't like saying that loosely. And the only reason I say that is because learning from a mentor is great. But if we wait around to get a mentor, we'll wait forever. It's better to dive in. And then when you're out there learning, it's easier. Yeah, it's easier to find a mentor. It's kind of like searching for a job. It's easier to find a job if you already have a job. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to say. But it's easier to find mentors if they can see that you're already working towards what you want. So we have the 3 of Pentacles here and the Knight of Cups. So yeah, that's that's literally the advice here. The Three of Cups, what the heck? The Three of Pentacles is all about institution, education, higher learning, but it's also about collaboration. And the Knight of Cups is about going after what you want. It's the Knight in the cards, the most romantic Knight in the deck. It's about romanticizing your life. It's about going after your dreams, following your heart space. Yes. Going for it, even if it's scary. Yeah, you'll learn along the way. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, most things out there, a lot of really successful businesses came out because it wasn't already there before. So they had nobody to learn from. They had no one to really kind of gauge on their performance. So for example, if you're someone who's launching a brand new tech company, but it's in a piece of tech that has maybe 2 people who know about it, the chances of you gaining a mentor of those 2 people is not very high. So it's better to go in and just kind of figure it out as you go and learn as you go. Yeah, because if you wait around, then you're waiting forever. Well, you have to open yourself up. It's easy to be afraid. It's harder to notice. It's only once you start going within that you start noticing these things. But it is funny. We just had the Jupiter go into retrograde last week, and the Jupiter going into retrograde, Jupiter is, I hear it a lot. It's a hilarious interpretation if you ask me. Saturn is father energy and Jupiter is daddy energy. So Jupiter is the abundance planet. It literally showcases in your life the areas that it will give you your luck, your money, your career opportunities, all that. Saturn is the discipline. It's the challenges and the fears, right? So Jupiter going into retrograde means that you're going to start encountering fears and doubts or being aware of them around those areas. And especially with it going into retrograde in the sign of Cancer, that also goes into family fears. So fears that stem from the family source. And it also comes into deep-rooted feelings coming to the surface. So this is being brought up in order for you to heal that. It's being brought to your attention in order for you to heal it. Oh, I see. Okay. And Jupiter is also stems from father wounds, and it also represents masculine energy. So that's, I can understand why. We do have here the Sun and the High Priestess. So more of that Leo energy. The Sun card is the happiness card, and the High Priestess card talks about intuition. I literally got 2 of them here, which is hilarious. I didn't know I had duplicates of this. Fate and pair throw for fate. Yes. Fate. Your intuition, following it despite it being murky. Like I said, I started this live and I threw out, usually when I start a live, I sit down with my little note cards and I kind of sit here and I kind of just write down anything that pops into my brain, right? I just listen to the downloads that come in. I just, whatever pops in, that's relevant here. I threw it out. Yeah, yesterday, I had so much energy, which is not normal for me. I had no sleep yesterday, but my energy was all-time high. It was for that collective. Today, I'm more my normal self. I am not the type of person who has a ton of energy, unfortunately. I have a condition, whatever. But my energy levels are usually like 40%. So I'm back into that energy level of being really tired. But that's where I'm at. I feel a lot more grounded today, whereas yesterday was a lot more fun and like playful energy. Today is a lot more murky, and I often feel like murky energy is where I am best. But yes, so it's like an intuitive nudge towards happiness. So you are in the right direction. You are chasing after what you want. We're just in that waiting period. We're waiting to see if what we want will be a good outcome. I'm seeing that it will be. You're chasing after your happiness. When you do that, if you chase after your happiness and you continue to chase after your happiness, you find your happiness. Yes. Yeah. It's funny. Earlier I rolled 6-9 and I was giggling because I'm a degenerate. But like, but yeah, like it's going after your happiness. It's different. It's unconventional. It's not traditional. It's not so straight-laced. It feels like it's different. Yes. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Also, let me know if you can hear the music. This is a new mic. I'm still learning like what level of music I can, like how high I can turn it up. Well, yeah, I believe you're an Aquarius. Aquariuses are notorious for being mad if you tell them what to do. Sagittarius too, they tend to be more flaky. What's up, Doodle? What's up? What do you need? What do you need, baby?
Mommy, give me chips.
You want chips? Go get some chips. Get some chips, okay? Thank you. You can? Perfect. Sorry, that was my kiddo. Perfect. Okay, so we're chasing after our happiness, tapping into that inner child. We're literally being intuitively called to go that direction, but we're still a little scared on it. That's fine. Like I said, Jupiter's in retrograde until March. And yeah, clearing energy. So yeah, this is being brought up to our attention in order to heal those negative feelings and energies around it. Perfect. So this is actually a great time. So from now until March, you'll be in this energy, and it will kind of help you really decide if that's the direction you want to go. It's bringing this up for healing. Go ahead. Go get a bowl, and you can have as much as you want, okay? Let's see. Yeah, I have cards that want to come out. So yeah, it's super nervous energy. Got it. Nervous energy. Yeah, 2 of Swords in the reverse. So indecisive energy. Nervous and indecisive. Not quite sure if it'll pan out. You can't know. You can't know the answers. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here, put as much as you want in there, okay? Yeah, as much as you want. You should have plenty. Oh. 1 second, guys. Here, let me see. I'll help you. There you go. What do we say? You're welcome. Some of you may be a single parent. Yeah, some of you may be a single parent. Don't worry. So yeah, this would be even more nerve-wracking if you were a single parent because it's more than just you're trying to take care of. So I can see why you would be so worried about whether or not this is going to pan out. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So we have the 3 of Cups. Yeah, okay, indecisive. Indecisive energies around this. Because it should be something that we're celebrating, and if you were to succeed, it would be something worth celebrating. But we just don't know yet. We don't know yet, and that makes us nervous. Very, very nervous. Yeah, very nervous. 3 of Cups is also like getting together with friends. So you can have friends who are supportive of this decision, but it's still just scary. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit, as we move on? Yeah, I get this sense of, and I mean, I can see it now, like frazzled energy, just from my own interactions, like the original live being muted, kiddo needing things. Yes, yeah. it feels like we're kind of with this moon that showed up earlier and then this murky energy, right? If you look at this crystal ball, it's murky. You can't quite see through it. It's very opaque. So it kind of feels like we're swirling around. I'm not really sure where to go. It's foggy. It's kind of giving Silent Hill moment where it's just fog everywhere we go. But our feet aren't quite on the ground. So we feel out of place. Everything feels off. We feel upside down even though we're right side up. You know what I mean? Oh, are you saying that? Definitely told me which one of my oracles I need to use today. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Michelle. Yeah, King of Swords in the reverse, but this is sideways. That's giving more of that overthinking energy, that unnecessarily cruel to yourself, unfair leadership. Yeah, transitionary period. Although, honestly, if you just left this job, that means you get to decide what to do next. Which is scary, but it gives you the opportunity to choose what you actually want to do. Yes, that's correct, Michelle. That's a beautiful way to look at it. It's a balancing, a judgment. Oh, that's crazy. Judgment showing up here. It's like fate. Fate showing up. Fated. Judgment calls. Wake up calls. Yeah, we're at this transitionary period. Hypercritical thinking around going on a new venture because we're not sure if our feet will find solid ground. I've got it. Okay. But this is a wake-up call. Again, Jupiter going into retrograde means, oh, I feel like a loony right now. Hold on. Woo! Okay, now I know what channeling. Once I start feeling like I look like the dog professor from Treasure Planet, I know that I've tapped in fully. Jupiter went into retrograde recently in Cancer. New beginnings are coming in those realms, which can knock us off of our normal foundation. But that foundation was shaky to begin with. It came from other people. We want to do something different. We're the ones who are going to do something different. And we may not have the answers. It may feel scary, but that's why you should do it. You should go after it. This feeling, these emotions coming up surrounding this will continue until March, but they're being brought up for you to look at and heal. Yeah, Leo, that's all about self-confidence, right? 5, earlier I rolled for what house this is in, right? I got the house of philosophy and higher education, going back to school, changing spirituality, travel, education, right? And 5 was the zodiac sign it was in, which is Leo, which is self-confidence. It's that inner child. It's that optimism, happiness, those types of things, right? So that's where we're at right now. We're in this area of not really knowing where we're going, and that's terrifying because we're like, are we doing good? Are we not doing good? We're looking for a basis to compare ourselves to. And comparison is the thief of joy. If you want to do something, do it. Who cares if you fail? In order to succeed, you must first fail. That's the only way to do it. Yes. Okay, so I want to dive in. Who wants to talk next? Marigold. Woo, there's that energy. She's coming in. There it is. Oh, I love tapping into the community. You guys are how, I can't really explain how fatigued my life usually is. And then I tap into the community and I feel like a mad professor and I just get so much energy. It's exciting. Even if it's crazy nervous energy, it feels good. So Marigold wants to talk now. This is the shadow work. I use this specific tarot deck for shadow work. So that means we're about to hear some truths that may not feel comfortable. I'm not apologizing for it, okay? I'm not gonna be rude or anything like that, but this is going to make you think, and that's important. I'm not gonna apologize for showing you where your wounds are so that you can heal it. That doesn't make sense. A doctor does not apologize to you for having a cut. Yes. Yeah, someone here is very much an analytical person because they may also have ADHD, because I feel like I'm looking all over the place. Okay, so we have our what. Why do they need to hear this at this time, Spirit? Why do they need to hear it? Oh, with the shadow work deck? Oh no. Oh boy. I mean, I've noticed that this deck specifically, it's pretty mean to me when I do my shadow work, but when I do it for you guys, it's a lot nicer. Rude. So, why do they need to know this at this time, Spirit? Why do they need to know this at this time, Spirit? Oh, well, I can hear my kiddo playing a specific scene over and over on his, he's watching Hercules, and they keep saying relax, so it's because you need to relax, which, that's hilarious, Spirit. Wow. I can only laugh. They say the silliest stuff sometimes, I swear. Why do they need to know this at this time? Yeah, more of that chaotic. Like, you see how I'm shuffling here? I've been doing this for 5 years, and every time that happens, I feel like that's very chaotic energy, very, like, wound up, nervous. So we have the 9 of Pentacles in sideways here. Whenever I see a card sideways, that tells me it's either up or down. So again, more of this in between. So again, the 9 of Pentacles, typically in tarot, is all about, like, it's the mini Empress card. So it's a lady that's surrounded by all of the abundance. It's very much giving single and happy to be, right? Living in their abundance, comfortable, stable type of energy. In the reverse, it's more of a hiding at home type of energy, never going out. It's not quite the hermit, but it's heading in that direction. So it's secluding yourself with your wealth and avoiding people. But here we have it in in sideways. So we're currently in this, is it going to be stable? Am I going to do well with this? Is this the direction I should be going? Or should I avoid it? Is it going to put me into this isolation energy? Is it going to kind of keep me, yeah, especially with this Hierophant in reversed here, is this going to be something that burns a lot of bridges? So we may be worried that chasing after this might cause a lot of burnt bridges. To which I say, if they don't pay your bills and they're not piloting your meat suit, who cares? But, you know, that's just me. I know we need people. I know. Yeah. So I understand. We want to make sure that whatever we're putting our all into, this new venture, this new direction we're heading, we want to make sure that it's stable. And sometimes you don't really get to see the ground when you leap. So that's a little scary. 999 just showed up. Hello. And when I see that, that tells me more of that education and philosophy and the approaching of a cycle completion. So again, this Jupiter retrograde that just popped up is here to bring up those wounds to be healed, especially in Cancer. Again, that's giving, especially paired with this Hierophant here and the Four of Wands in reversed. That's giving you're doing something that your family didn't, and it's terrifying. So why do they need to know this at this time? Justice in reversed. Oh, okay. Because we don't feel like life is fair. Okay. It doesn't feel fair. I understand. Like, things are overly expensive. It feels like you can't quite get your foot in the door, especially if you live in America. It feels like everything's kind of set up against you, and we're just trying to find solid footing. So yeah, all right. We don't feel like we have a chance. It feels like it's already set up for failure, so we're scared. You're told to follow passion's lead, and then when you do, you're not really sure if it's going to work out. I need to know before I take the leap, which is often good. It's good to be cautious, but sometimes it can hurt you because it can lead to analysis paralysis with the Two of Swords in reverse here. We saw that already with the Two of Swords. It can lead to analysis paralysis. If we're always researching, and I'm guilty of this too, I am also a very mercurial-minded person. I will research things until I can't find any more articles, and then I will never start because I'm always learning. I always have a new book. I'm always looking up a new video. I'm always looking up all that stuff. So feels like the same energy. You want to know before you leap. Can't do that, babes. Yeah. Judgment in reversed. Do you want to know why you can't research yourself to death? Because then you over-criticize yourself into the ground. You start feeling like you can't do it. I'm not qualified enough. I'm not skilled enough. I don't have enough qualifications. Not a single person who's successful out there was actually qualified for that job when they first got hired. They had maybe 50 to 60% of the qualifications when they started that job, and then they got the rest of them along the way. Especially people like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and I don't remember all their names, but the people who own the fancy tech companies, right? A lot of them didn't really have someone to teach them along the way, right? They kind of just leapt in and started with all new technologies and just went for it, right? Something that had never been done before, building off of really old starter ideas and just diving forward, you know? And if they failed, but they had to learn along the way. Same energy here. Sometimes you don't really, even if you got the map, I said this before in a previous read, even if you had the map, do you know how to read the map? I've been in the military and we had to do land nav courses at one point. If you can't read a map, the map's not going to help you. The map won't help you because you won't know what is a change in elevation. You won't know what the symbols mean, right? Sometimes you just have to explore. If you spent all of your time just looking at the map, yeah, I'm telling Queen of Swords, here we go, honest truth here. If I hand you a map and you have no idea how to read that map, you're not going to know. How will you know you reached your destination? If you don't know how to tell when the sun's up in the sky using the finger method, right? If you don't know how to tell how to do that from the ground level, if you don't have those skills already, right? How are you going to get there? Sometimes having the map, knowing the answer doesn't lead you there. Sometimes it just brings more confusion. That's where that analysis paralysis is. I have all this information and now I don't know where to start. And even if someone tells me where to start, I start going, well, okay, how do I start at the starting line? Simple. You take a step, and then you take another step, and then you take another step, and oops, we scraped our knee. Okay, don't do that again. Get back up, brush it off, take another step, right? Sometimes trial by fire is the best way. And then standing in that. Just because you make a mistake doesn't mean you're not qualified. Every successful person made mistakes along the way, right? Instead of giving up when they made the mistake, though, they just learned the lesson and kept going. Same thing. Sometimes we don't know if it's going to work out, and that's fine. That's kind of the fun of it. And I know that's crazy for me to say, because just like y'all, I like knowing what's at the end. I like being prepared. I like having my I's dotted and my T's crossed. I like knowing everything before I start. But I've found that when I do that, I never start because I never feel like I know enough. It's imposter syndrome is what it is. Yeah, like somehow the people who are successful, when they started, knew everything they should have done straight from the get-go, you know? They had the whole roadmap, which is silly. It's a little silly, isn't it? This is like you're not realizing you're thinking that way. You're like, oh, I have to have the entire thing laid out, bullet points, everything I should do. Like, it's also giving if you're a dungeon master or a game master in Dungeons and Dragons, and the number one advice they give you is to not prep it so in note, because how are you going to come up with answers? How are you going to come up with answers to things that other people are going to think? You're not. You'll spend like 30 years coming up with a campaign, and then the very first session you finally start, you'll have the one player who does the thing you could have never thought, and 30 years down the drain of prep work because you didn't account for someone just not even going after your first hook. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Because sometimes we'll just over-prepare, trying to figure out how we can avoid pitfalls and mistakes along the way. But you can't account for every single mistake that could ever happen. You can't account for every pitfall. Because a lot of mistakes, emergencies, and pitfalls that happen are things that you couldn't possibly prepare for, right? Recently, literally last night, my family had an emergency that required like their bank account got closed down, and it's one that one of their paychecks gets direct deposited into. And you know, how are you going to get your paycheck if your bank account's closed? And they had to have it fixed by 7 o'clock in the morning. So the only thing they could do was to call me and say, help, I need help. And you know, me, I've got like a couple bucks to my name at the time, and I'm like, I don't know how to I don't know what to do. And then you find out, oh, one of my cards got their limit increased and I can do a cash advance. Well, how the heck do I do that? How do I do that? And then next thing you know, you're driving around town looking for ATMs all night in order to get a cash advance, in order to deposit money into your account so you can send it to them. Like, it's all stuff I've never done before. Trying to figure out what's going on, send it to them. It's fixed in the morning. I got my money back, but I had no idea if they could pay me back. I just, like, same energy. Nobody knew that was going to happen. I'm a normal American. I don't have 3 to 6 months saved for an emergency fund yet. But like, I don't have that just waiting for just in cases, right? Same energy here. This feeling like you have to have all of your ducks lined in a row before you even put your toe on the starting line don't do that. Because for me, it worked out. It literally worked out. Same thing. Sometimes you just have to dive in and let spirit catch you along the way. And don't be afraid. Yeah. And don't be afraid if you scrape your knee along the way. Because scraping your knee doesn't mean it wasn't worth pursuing. Yeah, that Page of Pentacles. That Page of Pentacles in reversed. Page of Pentacles is like very small start, very small beginning in the material realm, right? It's a very, very small start. It's very young energy. In the reversed, that's, again, it's feeling like the efforts aren't enough. Yeah. Feeling like our efforts aren't quite enough. Like we won't put in enough work. We won't make the right decisions. We won't do that. We won't do this. And somehow we'll fail before we even start. The only way to fail before you even start is to not start. Oh, dear. Well, congratulations for starting a new career. You're going to do just fine. Even if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world because you started. You started and you care enough to show up. But I'm being told here that the analysis paralysis and all that, you don't need to be doing because you're going to do just fine. Yeah. This is the time to learn. All this young energy. Yeah. Because it's funny, because the more that we focus on messing up, we kind of call that in. The universe is a reciprocal force. They kind of follow what you're vibrating at, your subconscious frequency. So the more that you think, I'm going to mess up, I'm going to mess up, your subconscious hears it, and then you somehow find a way to do so. I'm not saying that for you to panic. Please don't take that as your hall pass to go straight into anxiety spiral, okay? I'm telling you that to make you aware of it. You got the new career. You're obviously good for the position. Stand in it. Learn as you go. You're going to make mistakes. Nobody expects someone who's brand new in their career to know everything all at once. That doesn't make sense. If they do, you're in the wrong job. That's toxic. Yeah, most successful people would never expect a new hire to know everything. You're literally starting at the new company. You don't know their rules yet. They would not expect that. So they're going to expect you to mess up a few times. That's fine. So why else do they need to know this at this time? Thank you. The 10 of Wands in reverse, because this is the time to let go of those burdens, okay? We're putting too much weight on our shoulders. We're putting too much pressure on ourselves. It's time to let it go. It's time to let that go, okay? The 10 of Wands is all about too much weight and pressure on your shoulders, carrying too many responsibilities. By doing this, by fretting so much about whether it's going to work out or not, you're making it too heavy, making it too much to carry. They're letting you know you don't need to be doing that. There's no reason to worry yourself to death. 444, yeah. That foundation and security. We're trying to find that foundation. This comes from a deep wound. You need to let it go. Yeah. Expecting things to look a certain way in order for them to be successful is the number one way to cause yourself to compare, which in turn brings unhappiness. Yes. And the 8 of Swords. Yep, mental prison. It puts you in the mental prison. It puts you in your little cage. Yeah, that type of thing puts you in the mental prison. We don't want to be there. Let yourself out. You can let yourself out at any point. You can open up that door, right? You can open it up and walk on out of there, okay? So yeah, this Jupiter retrograde will probably affect you heavily. But that's okay. That just means that you're going to feel these emotions come up. It's to be aware and to heal that stuff. And the 9 of Cups, it's worth it in the end, right? That happiness, the 9 of Cups is the happiness card. It's the wish fulfillment, right? So this is being brought to your attention because we're currently in a mental prison. We're kind of blocking our happiness. We're not really enjoying the process of starting this new journey, of being new at something. Because think about it. How many times do you wish that you could go back and re-experience a movie all over again? Your favorite series, your favorite game, your favorite movie. How much do you wish that you could go re-experience it again without having seen it, like as a brand new watcher? Do you remember when you watched that first movie or read that book that gave you goosebumps, right? Something that just changed your life forever? That's what you should be doing when you start new ventures. It should be exciting. You should be thirsty for knowledge. You should be excited to show up and learn. That's the time. It should be a very fun process. If we get too in our head, we lose all the joy. We lose all the fun along the way. And I understand that it's scary and it's easier said than done, but that's why you need to hear this right now, is because you are literally blocking your happiness by putting yourself in a cage. You're caging yourself from it. You're not enjoying the process, and you should be. This is a brand new start. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful new start. Let it be beautiful. It's new information. It's new opportunities. It's like building up that confidence. Thank you. It's building up that confidence in yourself. So let it be fun. Let it be fun. It's okay to mess up. Think about it. When you were a kid and you were allowed to finger paint or do anything creative, right? Normally, you were allowed to get messy. You were allowed to get it all over your hands. We didn't care about coloring in the lines. We didn't care about it looking perfect. We just did it. That's what should be going on. That's what it should be like when you start new ventures. It should be just doing it for the sake of having fun doing it, you know? Because I see that this involves wands, which is all about motivation, passion, and creativity. This is a time that's supposed to be a little messy. This is the one time, right? You always expect people who are new to be messy. So be messy. Yes. Make a mess. Make a mess. Do it. Oh, you could be like my kiddo. Color your legs green. Shin down. Green. Why? I don't know. You wanted to be a frog, I guess. Me as the parent, like, why would you do that? But it's like you wanted to be a frog. Same, right? Same thing. Do it. Do it for the sake of doing it. Have fun in the process. Who cares if you paint your shins green? Be a frog or the Hulk. I don't know which thing he was trying to do, but he just all green. It's non-toxic stuff. He's fine, but his shin down is green. It's hilarious. Now it's just funny, but you know, at the time it's like, why? He didn't care. He thought it was hilarious. The Emperor. Yeah. So again, masculine energy, stepping into your inner authority, going for it. Going for it. This is collective. So if it resonates with you, it's for you. The Emperor here, stepping into your inner authority and your power, right? This is your journey to doing that. Leo is all about that, right? The Leo, they know that they're the Emperor. They know that they're the boss and they act like it. They're the lion. They show up and they just know that they are it. This is the time. This is the time. The happiness, the sun, the Emperor. This is the time of stepping into that divine masculine energy. This is the time to be ambitious. This is the time to go for it, to have the drive, to be a little messy, to stand on the fact that you earned this and you're deserving of it. And it doesn't matter if you mess up along the way because you're hungry for it. And quite honestly, the people who succeed are the ones who are hungry for it. They're the ones who go for it and continue to go for it, even if there are bumps along the way. Yes. Even if your mic is muted for the very first part of your live. Yeah, even if you have to throw out all the synchronicities, even if you have to start everything over, it's fine. If you really love it, if you really enjoy it, if you really want to do it, do it. Do it. I will say that until I'm dead. Do it. And then when I come back and haunt everyone, I'm going to continue to say it. I'm going to be the tarot cards and I'm going to be like, do it. Do it. Oh, someone here must be a fan of Star Wars because I was just thinking of Emperor Palpatine. Do it. That's funny. I will forever be that gremlin. Do it. Just do it. Because it's my honest opinion that the people who should be in those positions are the ones who enjoy their job. I want to support the people who actually like being there. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. So why else do they need to know this, Spirit? Or do you want me to move into what they need to do about it? This vibe is really nice today. I found a channel on YouTube that's just like royalty-free music, and it's a vibe. It's nice. I like it. Because normally it's like, I don't know, very calm, overly calm music. And like, I don't mind being calm, but I like fun. Fun calm. The star reversed. Yeah, we're blocking our healing. We're blocking our healing. What are you doing? Oh no. So that's why. Because we have this healing here, that Nine of Pentacles. So we're trying to see if it will be stable and heal us before we have the chance to go on the healing journey. Oh no. And I'm not laughing at you. I'm that person that I laugh at bad times, you know? So this is just, it's ironic. It's being afraid to start, but it's like, I need to know this is going to heal me before I start. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. Yeah, the Hanged Man. And the Sun right after that. Oh my Lord. Okay. Perspective shift. In order to find your happiness and find your healing and to stand in your self-confidence, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations where you don't know if you're going to heal or not. I mean, think about it. The very first medicines that were brought up, we had no idea if they would work or not. I mean, think about that. That's terrifying. Penicillin, we had no idea if that would actually heal something. I mean, there was the, scientific process and all that, so we had a general idea, but until we actually do it on someone, we don't know if it'll work or not. So it's that same energy. You just have to start. Yeah, you just have to go for it. You just have to go for it, enjoy the process, and you'll find your healing. Even if it doesn't work out, going through the process builds up your skills and builds up your confidence so that whatever direction you choose afterwards, you can still step forward with authority. You still know what you're capable of. If you never start, you deprive yourself of knowing what you're capable of because you don't put yourself in situations where you don't know how you'll handle it. Isn't that interesting? Life is weird. And death, yeah, big changes. In order to make changes, you must do things differently without knowing what the outcome will be. And the number 5 is here for more of that change and transformation. Yeah, in order to change, you must pick a different answer, even if you're not aware of if that's the right answer or the wrong answer. And 7 of Wands reversed. Yeah, right now we're a bit too defensive. We're a bit too listening to other people's opinions. But we don't need to be doing that. We're a bit guarded, defensive in this regard. Yeah, because we're worried that if we do it, we're going to end up shunned and ostracized. All right. I mean, if people leave you behind because you decided to pursue your dreams, they deserve to not be in your life. They deserve to go over there, in my very humble opinion. Because why would you do that? Okay, so I'm being called the Steampunk Tarot. So we have our what and we have our why. And I want to know what they want you to do about it. Because it's easy to tell you what's going on and why you're feeling that way, but what do you want them to do about it, though? What do you want them to do about it, Spirit? What do you want them to do about it? Okay. 444 showed up again. Foundations and stability. Interesting. What do you want them to do about this, Spirit? You've told them the what, you've told them the why. So what do you want them to do about it? Oh, Lord. Okay. The Tower reversed with the 8 of Swords. Okay. You're in that mental prison and they want you to stop trying to block the Tower. Okay? When I see the Tower reverse, it means that we are avoiding necessary transformation. We're avoiding it, especially with the 8 of Swords being there, right? You see how she's tied up, surrounded by swords, and she's by herself, by the way. So she may not have put herself in this situation, but she can take herself out, right? She can undo those bindings. She can take that blindfold off, and she can get up out of that chair, right? We're avoiding the necessary breakdown of those foundations, this clinging to needing the familiar to pursue something new. We need to break that down. We need to stop fighting that change. Yeah, get out of your head. That's the Nightmare card, right? You see how she's freaking out and all those swords up above her? Swords represent thoughts and words in the tarot. Yeah, And the King of Cups right after that in the reverse with drowning in our own emotions. So yeah, you need to stop resisting this change. We're resisting that fundamental change, that need for comfort before we start trying to change. No, we don't. Stop resisting that. A tower is not a bad thing. It means that that tower was built on shaky foundations. It was always meant to come down, so let it come down. The longer you stave that off, the bigger the tower gets and the more destructive it is when it falls. You know what I mean? So let it. Let it. Because you know what comes after the tower? The star, the healing, the rebuilding. Let it happen. You don't necessarily need the tower. You don't need it. I mean, think of Rapunzel, right? She was stuck in a tower. If you stay in that tower, you never leave the tower. You never go anywhere. Everything's always the same. You have to let the change happen. You can't account for every hiccup along the way. You can't account for it. Yeah. Pursue your passions. Pursue the new creative ventures. Look. Fly, soar, get in the air. It's terrifying up there. You can always crash and burn the plane. Everything's dangerous. Every single thing out there is actually dangerous, though. Like, we don't need to worry about being stuck in the tower. Yeah, it's crazy because if you look at these cards, all of them have this like deeper, darker energy, being in more earth tones, kind of like dark, earthy feelings, more grounded, more stable. This one's entirely different. It's all blue. It's open air. It's expansive. It's different. It's new. It's refreshing. I mean, from what I can see here, all this comforting, familiar, grounded, stable energy has you not feeling that way at all. Yeah, it has you feeling not that way at all. Can't feel like we're dancing, not enjoying ourselves. Absolutely not. No. This Page of Cups, though, it's like, why are you so desperate to hold on to ways that hurt you? Ooh, that's a line. So I would ask yourself that. Why are you so desperate to live in the same ways that have done nothing but cause you pain? Why are you holding on to this narrative that keeps you stuck and small? When there's an entire world out there. It's expansive, it's fresh, and it's new. Why are you afraid of it? Why do you need to stay in what hurts you? Like, it's not making you happy right now. It's not providing you that happiness and stability that you actually want, that like feeds your heart and soul. So why are you clinging to it? Why not try something different? I mean, you already know that this way sucks. So let's try something new. Oh, card just flew all the way over here. That's crazy. Yeah, it's like going way out of your comfort zone. Yeah, we're disappointed. We're already disappointed. We're already in our head about it. We're already not liking it. But the world is in your hands. You have the option. You have the choice. Overlooking your balcony, you have the option to try something new. There's an entire world out there. There's an entire, you can make a whole new choice. Look, step out of this depressive, energy. Get away from the things that hurt you and go look out elsewhere. Different energies, dark, gloomy, depressed, and then we're out here with that big, beautiful sky. The same sky as before. That's what they want you to do. They don't want you to hold on to this already painful energy. You're all you don't want things to stay the same. The same hurts. The same is already scary. The same is exhausting. Yeah, the Three of Swords, from a lot of internalized pain around it. We already have all this pain regarding that. Look, more of that dark energy, more of that underground, more of the same. Swords in the cogs. Nothing ever really going anywhere. But they're saying, go out. Go after what you want. It's different. It's different. It's different energy entirely. Expansive sky, blue sea, all this blue. Expression. Something different. Refreshing. A breath of fresh air. What else do they need to do about it, Spirit? So again, this Jupiter retrograde is bringing this up for you. They're asking you why you're clinging to this version when it hurts. It's not stable to begin with, so why do you want to stay there? Yeah, 1919. 19 is the Sun card again. The Leo, Sun. Happiness, your inner lion. Your inner lion wants to be free. Your inner child wants to be free. Let it be free. What else do I need to do at this time? Again, with cards flying all over the place. Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, that's that looking over our current life and wondering what we want to, if we still want to invest in what we're currently working on, right? Do I actually like the path that I'm already on, or do I want to change it? Do I want to continue to put effort into what is already hurting me? Do I want to continue to put effort into what I'm chasing after? And the Six of Wands. Yeah. So, Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is all about getting your flowers, accomplishments, being celebrated. Yeah, if you look at your life currently right now, do you feel like you're being celebrated for what you're doing? Do you already feel like you're being celebrated? Yeah, do you feel like you're being celebrated, or do you feel like you're being critiqued every step of the way? Do you feel like there's someone breathing down your shoulder, staring at everything you're doing? If you feel like you're being celebrated and you're happy where you're at, then continue what you're doing. If you don't, you need to change. There needs to be a pivot somewhere. Because that's what we need to do right now. We need to be looking at what we're putting all of our efforts into and decide, is this really working for me, or am I holding on to things that are hurting me? Because if you're currently deciding whether or not you want to pursue this avenue, try this new creative venture, go to school, whatever it is, and you're worried that you need to be on stable ground before you start, Spirit's asking you, if your ground is already not stable, why are you so happy standing on shaky cliffs? Why do you want to stay there? You ask for change, but when change shows up, you want us to show you the end before you've even started. That doesn't make sense. Sometimes you have to just not know. Because if we told you, you wouldn't learn along the way what you're capable of. Ten of Wands reversed. Again, letting go of those burdens, letting go of the pressure. The pressure of, in order for me to start, I have to know that I will succeed at everything I do. I have to know that it will go, that my business will launch and be uber successful. I have to know that I'll get every single decision I make along the way right. It's like, okay, well, you're depriving yourself of the ability to solve problems, to get creative, to like really meet yourself and go, wow, I really did that. I made that accomplishment. You kind of deprive yourself of those moments. Because if you did, you would go at it and you would want to know the answer to every question. You would never give yourself the chance to think. You would never give yourself the chance to problem solve. You're depriving yourself of those learning experiences. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I know. And I'm not saying this as if I'm not also this type of person. I am very much the same. I am very much someone who wants to know all the answers. I have been the person who has done research to death, analysis paralysis, needing to know all the answers. And I know I can look you right in the eye right now and tell you that that has not gotten me anywhere, and I know it has not gotten you anywhere either, okay? You wanted to start 3 years ago, and you still haven't started. You've read all the books, you've watched all the videos, you've read the articles. What are you doing? And this is me to me. What are you doing? Just start. Just go. Just do it. Who cares? Who cares if all of your family has 9 to 5 and they think it's weird that you want to be an entrepreneur? Who cares? Do it. If you fail, at least you started. At least you tried. You now know, oh, maybe not that avenue, right? That doesn't mean that you're a failure. What are you doing? Yeah, you betray yourself by never starting. You betray yourself the ability to know if it was worth pursuing. That's how people get those regrets. They never chase after it. They never start. Yeah, you see how he's dressed in the typical 9 to 5 cube farm thing. The typical job that he got in because his whole family told him he had to be there. But look at that beautiful horizon over there. All these people who told him, you should be this, you should be that. Where did that get him? When there's a whole sky out there. You deprive yourself of the ability to really experience things that you want to experience because you're picking the route you didn't want to pick in the first place. And like I said earlier, if people leave your life because you chose to be happy, they don't need to be in your life. I don't care who they are. What? Oh my God. Think about it. If they really love you and they really support you, why are they not happy that you're choosing your own happiness? Why would they not be happy that you're going for what you like really truly love, that really calls to you? Like, I'm a parent and I can't imagine telling my son to not go after his dreams, to not be happy. I can't imagine a world where I would do that. Like, I can't even fathom it. It makes no sense to me to not, if he doesn't want to do that job, I don't want him to work at it, right? I want him to go find what he wants to do. Yeah. Yeah, not collaborating. So they don't want for you to collaborate with the people who want you to remain the same, right? They don't want you to collaborate with the people who put you in this energy. They don't want you to listen to them. Oh man, I've said this before. If there are people in your life who are giving you their opinions and you don't like the lifestyle they're currently living, or you don't want to be in the career that they're in, stop listening to their advice. If you listen to their advice, you end up where they're at. Unless they're telling you, don't do this, that's how I got here, right? That's the only time you should listen to their advice. They want you to go after your plans, right? What did you want? What the? Here you go, bud. They know you have plans that you've been working very hard on. No, buddy, go that way. Thank you. They know you have plans. They know you have plans. You're already waiting for your ships to come in. You've been waiting. You've been working hard, and you manifested all of that. You manifested all of that. You have been working hard on it. You've been going after it, right? They don't want you to listen to the people who want to keep you in the same positions. That foundation is already shaky. You don't want to be there, so don't listen to them. What else do you want them to do about this at this time, Spirit? Go see Daddy, baby. Can you go see Daddy? Mommy's working. Mm-hmm. The Knight of Swords and the King of Swords reversed. Yeah. And the Four of Swords right after that. So yeah, you're already manifesting this. You're already waiting for your ships to come in. This is the time to pause and wait, right? And I know you're not going to like that. I see the eye rolls. I feel the frustration. I know. No one wants to hear wait. But the reason being is that we're working already. We're already going towards our plans, right? But if we look around for more people to tell us all the reasons why we shouldn't do something, right? we just end up back in this energy, constantly in our head, constantly overcritical, constantly cruel to ourselves, no, don't listen to the people who come in with harmful advice. The people who tell you, here's all the reasons why you shouldn't become a content creator. Here's all the reasons why you shouldn't join this industry. Here's all the reasons, why? Why would you do that? It's good to look for cons. It's good to look for the cons to things, for pros and cons, but at some point we're just looking for a reason to justify why we shouldn't go after what we want. Hey, can you turn that down, please? Turn it down, please. You know what I mean? And then the Knight of Cups reversed, yeah. And the Seven of Swords, yeah. When we listen to the people who put us in this, we just end up living a life that's really gray, living a life where we don't chase after what we want. And that turns us into more of the same, the people who tell other people not to go after their dreams, right? It leads us more into, instead of chasing our dreams, we start strategizing and we start trying to go for things that make sense. You know what I mean? What I mean by make sense is, I should stay in this family business because I've never done anything else. It's all I've ever known what to do. It's the only thing I know how to do. I don't have the talent to do it. I haven't gone to college. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. There's too many people in this market right now. It's not really the right time. I've lived here my whole life. I wouldn't know where to start in making friends or building a community. I wouldn't know how to do any of that. So I shouldn't even start. I shouldn't even try. And then you're bored. You're just bored. You live a life that's very boring to you, right? You aren't happy in it. That's what we do. That's what we do. We find ways to talk ourselves out of it, and then we live the same as everyone else, stuck in that cycle repeat, and encouraging others to not chase after their dreams. Okay? So that's why they want you to know, and that's what they want you to do about it. So I'm going to do a quick recap. I often do a little summary video for people who missed the live. But right after that, I'm going to get into the advice oracles in order to give you something to think on, a little bit more to think on as you progress forward throughout this Jupiter retrograde, throughout this message, in order to kind of get you out of this sideways energy and into whichever one you decide, right? Kind of help spur you forward into what will bring you the highest good, okay? So just bear with me for a second. So, right now, we are currently going after, not that one, pick a different one, please. Pick a different one, please. Go after the aviator deck, please. Thank you. Oh boy, okay. Sorry, bear with me. Right now, we are currently going after something new. We may be starting a new course or going into a new career. There's something newer going on in the realm of motivation, drive and passion, creativity, that we are very much excited about, that we really want to do, that we're very new at. But we're currently in this energy of waiting to see if it's worth pursuing or if it's going to bring the results we desire. It's got us in a very nervous energy, nervous, like you're just kind of anxious, very anxious energy. And the reason this is so nerve-wracking is because this is very different from the people around you. It could be being from a family that is all 9 to 5 type of people, and you're the one person who wants to start a business or do content creation, or just something out of the norm. Instead of going to an accredited institution, you want to go into trade school. One of those two things. There's a very different factor here. And this period of waiting has you in the tendency to feel like it's not going to work out, a very lack mindset type of energy. And that stems from childhood wounds, right? That definitely stems from, yeah, it could be family members in the past who told you that you would never succeed at that. The only way to be successful is to follow this exact path, to do this exact thing, that type of thing. And right now, we're currently waiting to see if this will bring us that stability and healing that we're looking for. And these wounds could have come from a mother figure who is, extremely harsh in letting you know all the reasons why you shouldn't do that thing, or just a feminine Aquarius, whatever have you, right? For some reason, we feel like this will not pan out. It will not bring us the stability and healing that we're searching for. And again, it's a new thing. It's something we have to go learn about. And it's something that will bring a lot of passion and happiness into our life. It's a dream of ours, right? And the reason that we even went for this in the first place is because we were intuitively called to pursue something that makes us happy. And this was the thing that lit up our soul, that we saw and went, that moment of, I can do that. That's something I really want to do. But right now we're feeling indecisive. This may be, it's that energy of, I've applied and now I'm kind of freaking out and feeling like maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should go over here. Maybe I should go over there, right? And it's preventing you from celebrating that you've even started. It's preventing you from celebrating that part of yourself. And it's definitely got you in your head, very much in your head, and very much critical about you as a person, how you don't measure up with this goal, with where you want to go. And this is a wake-up call. This moment in time is a wake-up call from spirit, because there's a deep wound here that's coming up that needs to be healed. And the reason that you're hearing about this at this time, right, is because, again, we are searching for that stability with the Nine of Pentacles being sideways. We are searching for that stability before we even start. We want to know that this pathway will bring us that stability, because we feel like life has been very unfair and it's put us in a very indecisive energy. We feel very much judged and critiqued all the time over our choices, and feeling like we have to pick the most perfect, stable choice. We have to have everything mapped out. We have to know all of the answers before we even start. We never have the chance to just be new at something. That's kind of how we feel. It's very much perfectionist, very much, I can't ever have an off day. I can't ever make a single mistake, right? They're being told this because these are burdens that need to be released. They're keeping you in a mental prison, and they're preventing your happiness from coming in. They're preventing you from properly stepping into your inner authority and going after what you want. It's preventing you from building that self-confidence, and it's preventing you from healing. It's a kneecap. It's a bump on your healing journey. They need you to make a perspective shift. This moment in time of going after what you want is supposed to be a very happy time. It's a brand new start. This is the point in your life where you are supposed to be messy. You're supposed to mess up. It's brand new. It's a fun new experience. You're supposed to be hungry for knowledge. That's what it's supposed to be right now, but we're kneecapping it by trying to be a master before we've even become an apprentice, right? And they want you to change that. They want you to change that. This is literally a transformation that you have been wanting, and it's here for you. And these uncomfortable emotions are coming up because that's an old cycle of yours. It's got you very guarded and defensive, right? Very much feeling like you have to defend yourself no matter what you do. I can't make mistakes. And if I make a mistake, I am the worst human being on the planet, right? Very much victim mindset, right? If I ever make a mistake, it's because I suck, I'm worthless, yada, 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 right? No, we don't need to be doing that. What Spirit wants you to do about it? They want you to get out of this mental prison and let the tower fall. This way of thinking is not helpful. It's very harmful. It was taught to you from someone else. It puts you in your head. This familiar comfort that you have been told over and over that you need to do has you drowning in your emotions and constantly paralyzed on which way to go. You don't need it. It's a shaky foundation. We never stand on things that we already know are wobbly and shaky to begin with, right? They want you to leave it behind. You deserve to chase after what makes you happy, right? You deserve to be in this expansive space Very different, very refreshing, very new. They want you to get on up out of this disappointment, this regret, feeling like, oh, but what if I regret it? You will never regret pursuing your happiness. The people who have regrets are the people who always stayed the same and never chased after what made them happy. Those are the people who have regrets, right? Two of Wands. They want you to make plans. They want you to go after your plans. They don't want you to chase your internalized pain. They want you to let that go. They want for you to look at everything in your life currently that you're pouring your time and effort into, and they want to ask yourself, do you feel like you're being celebrated right now? Do you feel like people are actually telling you, right, or you're telling yourself that you're doing a good job? Do you really feel like what you're doing is being given the love, support, and respect that it should be? If not, it's go after what will, okay? You don't need to pour more energy into what does not bring you happiness. There's no point in tending to something that is hurting you. Yeah, if you're feeling like you're constantly being watched, constantly being critiqued, constantly being judged, Spirit wants you to let that go. Let go of those burdens. Let go of those expectations. Let go of that pressure to be the most perfect human to ever be, because perfection is not real, right? Don't listen to the opinions and the advice of people who will literally just turn you into someone that hated their life, overworked themselves to death, and never got the chance to go out and experience what's out there. They don't want you to do that. Don't listen to those people. Don't work with them, because you'll just end up the same as them. You'll end up in a life that you don't like. You already are waiting for your manifestations. You're waiting for them. You made the plans. You're waiting for them. They want you to keep doing that. This is the time where you're supposed to be pausing. You're supposed to be waiting. And these emotions are here because they want for you to get up out of your head. This is the time to heal that perfectionism. This is the time to heal that inner bully that critiques you all the time, because that is going to be harmful for you in the future going forth. This fun new creative project, if you over bully yourself on every step of the way, you will kill all of that creative fire, all of that motivation, you will kneecap it, and you don't want to do that. You will end up feeling like life is worthless, just like now. We don't want that. Yeah, and then it will just turn into a strategy game. No, this is not the time for that. This is the time to heal what comes up. Again, it's a Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, right? This is the time when things around career, when things around luck come up. They come up, those feelings, those deep-rooted things that are taught to you by family, society, and things like that. They come up, those emotions come up, they go back and forth in order to showcase old wounds that you've been holding on to, so that you can heal them, okay? This is the time. This is the time where you actually look at the points in your life where you're blocking your own manifestations and show you where the wound is so you can actually treat it, so you can actually heal it, okay? So that's the recap, and I will get into the advice oracle cards on like extra guidance. It also has little animals. No, I'm not doing the animals one. I'm doing the one with the words and the pictures. So it will give you some advice as well as possibly some more confirmations, words, images, and just help you to think on things as you move forward. You're welcome. So, advice for my collective, closing advice to help them on their way. Spirit, let's give them some closing advice. Let's comfort those anxieties, those worries, and those fears, and give them the advice that they need in order to continue forward so that they don't feel so heavy, not so much pressure. Let's help them out here. Some comfort. Closing advice from my collective here today regarding all of this. Closing advice, please. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. We have balance. A balancing of the scales. Remember how I said you felt like life wasn't very fair? This is literally what this Jupiter retrograde is about, this energy. These emotions that are coming up are here to balance yourself. Balance out those perfectionistic tendencies. It's here to help you, right, as you move forward. Right now, we need to balance those tendencies of feeling like we have to be the master before we've even been the apprentice. So that's what this is here for. This is a balancing. Yeah, bring up the hard emotions. I just noticed that. Interesting. See how it's the sun here, all that dark, murky energy, and then this, or sorry, the moon here, excuse me, with all that dark, murky energy, and the sun with all that free-flowing, soft energy. It's a balancing of the two. Not knowing what to do next and chasing after happiness. Those need to meet up. Following the intuition without knowing what's coming in and just following it for the sake of, I really want to do this and see where it goes. And I know that, yeah, it's that energy of you've been alive for this many years, right? However old you are, whether you're 21 or 53, or even older or even younger, you have been alive for this many years. Do you actually know how to take care of another human, or have you been learning along the way? You've kept yourself alive this entire time, right? Nobody really knows how to raise a human. Nobody really knows how to human, yet we're still alive. We still make it, you know, to roughly 70 something or older, right? Oh, that masculine energy. We don't necessarily need to know all of the steps because we still somehow make it anyway. And that's the energy they want you to be in. I may not know every step. I might scrape my knee along the way. I might make a bad decision along the way, but I'll be fine in the end. I'll be all right. Yeah. Need more closing advice. Because as long as I keep going, I will find my success. The Tower. So the Tower in this deck specifically with this advice is, it's more of the Hermit energy, right? So this is that going within, right? A little wizard tower, going within and looking into those things, really pinpointing the areas that need more balancing. Because right now we're in a bit of an imbalance. Yeah, that heavy masculine energy of needing to know before we put in all of that, like, chase. I need to know everything instead of just going with the flow, instead of just following the undercurrent. It's like fighting the current, but you shouldn't do that. You don't fight the current, you go into the current. It's much easier to just follow the current. Any other advice, Spirit, for them as they go on the path? Some more comforting advice. And yeah, with all that green, it's that heart chakra. So definitely looking within and finding out why you feel such a big need to hold on to the familiar, even though it's hurting your happiness. And the Warrior. Yeah, you're strong. You're already strong. You're already capable of so much. You're already capable of so much. There's no reason why you should feel like you can't do it. There's no reason. Why? Because you're younger? What? In the military, it's funny. There are, in the ranks, there are people who are in their 40s who have to take orders from people in their 20s. Age is not really relevant, okay? It's not really relevant. It's not really relevant for whether or not you're worthy of being in that position. And you may be like, oh, why would someone in their 40s listen to someone in their 20s? Sometimes that 23-year-old has more information on how to navigate the situation than the 47-year-old does. And sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes that 47-year-old can help that 23-year-old make a different decision, right? But in this moment in time, that younger person has newer knowledge and they have different experiences because they've lived a different life. So they may actually be able to look at the situation differently and find a better solution than the other person would. So just be aware of that. Just because you're younger doesn't mean you're less qualified for that position. Just because you're brand new at this position doesn't mean that you somehow shouldn't be there. Everybody was new once. New brings in fresh new ideas. They bring in new perspectives. They bring in different experiences. They bring in different things. We need fresh air. We need new perspectives on things. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve. Otherwise, we would all still be cavemen. We would never have changed at all. Thank you. Yep. You better still be in here. What is this? That map? What did I say? You don't? Okay. Ooh, I'm getting ahead of myself. You're wanting the map. Do you know how to read the map? If I give you a map and you have no idea what any of that means, how are you going to follow the map? If I lay out everything, if I was to lay out, I'll give it to you in a way that makes sense to me. Because I could do land nav for you guys, but not everyone did land nav. This is saying you don't need the map. You're holding on to this idea that you need all the answers. No, you do not. If someone gave you a treasure map and you had no idea what that meant, you had no idea how to tell the difference between mountains and valleys and rivers, you wouldn't be able to follow that map at all. If I gave you, now I've been in the food industry as well. If I gave you my recipe on how I made things, how I made chicken enchiladas, and you had no idea what I meant by saute, you would have no clue how to make those enchiladas. You'd have no idea. And then you would feel like, oh, I can't make enchiladas because I don't know how to saute. No, you can experiment, okay? You can experiment. It's okay to just try and fail a few times. How do you think I learned? In order to be good at something, you have to fail a few times. You have to learn along the way. This key in the reverse. Okay, we feel like we need this map in order to have the key to the success, in order to be successful at this thing, in order to suddenly be worthy of what we're going after, right? No. The key you're looking for is not in knowing the entire journey. It's not in knowing all the answers. The key you're looking for is confidence. The key you're looking for is the self-belief that you're worthy of going after what you want. That's why these emotions are coming up. Yes, because as you go along the way, as you ascend up the staircase, it's going to continue to get harder. Because this is new, you've never done it, it's uncomfortable. But that, just because it's getting harder does not mean that you are incapable of handling these obstacles. They're just new. You'll have to do things different. You'll have to do things. You'll have to build that confidence, right? And you're also under the assumption that if you do it, nobody will help you along the way. What are you talking about? If you start a new position, there will be people. There are people there in order to provide you help. The staff card in this it talks about support. It talks about support. You go into a new field and there will be people who help you. Yes, you will come across people who don't want you to be there. Yes, you will come across resistance, but you will come across way more support. You will come across those people who will cheer you along the way. They will give you the insider tips, right? But the only way for you to encounter these people is to go into the unfamiliar and to just try. Okay? Yeah. You're going to find the people that you can lean on. If you go to a new area, say you want to move to a brand new state, but you're scared to move because you don't know anyone. You have no idea who to go to. And so you decide to not move. You could move, and the neighbor that you meet could be a very kind person who knows everybody there, who knows all the places you can go to, who knows all the events that you can go to. Like, Don't be afraid to put yourself in unfamiliar environments just because you don't know all the answers. You have no idea who you will meet in that new environment that will be willing to help you along the way. That's what I mean. You kind of deprive yourself of being brand new experience because you're afraid that if you go there, every single person there will hate that you're there and they'll talk you down and they'll know that you're new and they'll critique you every step of the way. People aren't actually like that. I know that we're on the internet. I know that we're all used to Reddit and Tumblr and Twitter where people will literally rip you a new one for existing. And that's because a lot of them feel comfortable because they're not in your face to just say anything that comes to mind, right? The majority of people would never. The majority of people, if you come into their new work environment, if you come to their new city, they're going to be way more supportive. They're going to be way more supportive. You may have all those coworkers who kind of suck, but you will have one coworker that you will be like that with. That will be your bestie. They will be the one that gives you all those insider tips. They'll be the one that tells you how things work because they've been there for forever. You know what I mean? You will always find support. And even if for some reason you don't have support from the people around you, Spirit always has you because if there's nothing they love more than a good underdog story. They also love when people chase after their happiness. If you follow the calling, if you listen to your heart, Spirit will catch you every time. They will lead you to these people. They will lead you to these people every single time. They will put those people in your life. If you meet them halfway, if you go there, they will put those people in your life that will help you. They will. Mark me. Mark my words. Every single time. Yeah. Right now we kind of feel like this. This is one polarizing card. Right now we feel like if we go there, we're going to get hit with all these arrows. We feel like this will be the reception. No. No, it's not. Okay? Spirit's got you, first of all, right? They've got you. The Temple card represents doing, it's like faith, having faith, right? Having faith that the information will be provided along the way. The reception will not be that everybody shoots you down with arrows. My God, a new person. You know, people aren't going to do that. No. Most people are actually excited when we get new coworkers because we're used to everyone. Positive changes. We're used to everybody at the office already. We're used to everybody in the industry already. New coworkers means new friends. New energy. Who are you? What are you about? You know, that's usually how it goes. We get excited when there's new people. And more help. Oh my God. We're all understaffed anyway. We're excited for more help. We're excited. Who are you? Do you like dinner parties? You know? It's rare that you go into a new environment and everybody hates you. You might have some who look at you sideways, but who cares? Who cares about them? Go for the ones who are like excited that you're there because they'll be helpful. That's so funny that the map came out. Any more advice, Spirit, or is that it for today? Yeah, so the void. Yeah, right now we feel really hopeless. This is a very dark period. This is a very scary period. We don't know anything. We don't know anything, so it's really scary. We have the ooze here in reversed. You're missing the ooze card, right? It's like when we see it this way, it's looking at the ooze, like actually paying attention to the ooze, but we're not necessarily aware that it's bad for us. In the reverse, though, we're so busy looking at all of the little minor details that we're not paying attention to the whole thing. So it's like a hyper focus on all the ways that it could go wrong that we're making it way more complicated and way bigger and scarier than it actually is. And I know that sounds dismissive, I know, but that is the message I'm getting here. We're so scared of all the ways it could go wrong that we're turning it into this really, really big, scary thing. And then you go there, you actually follow through, and isn't anything like what you thought it would be, right? And that's how it should be. It should be that you go in and it's not a big whole thing. But a lot of times we can get so in our heads over it, we turn it into this big monster, and it becomes way more intimidating than it needs to be. Some more closing advice, please, Spirit. Yeah, we turn it into this big old dragon. That's funny because in D&D, right, the ooze versus the dragon is an entirely different encounter, right? The ooze is scary in its own right, but it's not a dragon, you know? It's not a dragon. Right now, we're kind of missing the point. We're getting too bogged down with all the things that could go wrong. We're kind of hoarding. We're staying right where we're at. We're not really going after this big, beautiful passion. We're making an ooze into a dragon. We're making something that would be difficult to contend with, yes, but we're making this ooze feel like a dragon. We're looking at it like this when it's just an ooze, right? Again, very difficult to handle an ooze if you don't know what you're doing, of course, but an ooze, comparing an ooze to a dragon is crazy. One can be defeated, right, as long as you avoid getting sucked into it. The other one takes an army of people to take down who are like fully armored with weapons and all that. So it's like we're trying to prepare for a dragon attack instead of just seeing it as an ooze and preparing for an ooze. Because if you prepare for a dragon attack and you go fight an ooze, you're going to be over armored, and that will make you slow and more prone to get eaten by the ooze. You'll be so over prepared you might accidentally get taken out by something so small. An elemental, yeah. So this card right here, this talks about simplifying things, getting down to the core essence of things. So yeah, instead of looking at an ooze like a dragon, get down to what you're actually worried about, what you're actually fearful of, and tackle that, because that's the actual issue. It's not all of the reasons why you shouldn't pursue the thing. It's because you have a need to know the answers to the test before the test. You have a need to make sure that you have the roadmap, and you need to figure out why you need all of the answers to feel like it is worth pursuing. Okay? Yeah, it's a need to address why do I feel like I need to be a master or expert before I've even been the apprentice. That's the main issue. Why is my self-confidence so low? Why do I feel like I'm not capable? Those are the actual issues, not where you're trying to go, not what you're trying to do, not this career field, not this new avenue of learning, not this new creative project. It's that. It's whatever's in here that's turning a molehill into a mountain. Yes. Last one, and then I'll close it here. Last bit of advice. Thank you. Yeah, that is what is making us not walk through the door. That's what's making the door scary. Like, look at this door. It looks like it would be so complicated, right? You would look at it and you would think, oh, I need to do a bunch of puzzles. I need to do a bunch of checks. I need to make sure everything lines right. What if that's just the design of the door and all you have to do is reach forward and open the handle? But we're so busy trying to solve all the puzzles that that's just an aesthetic choice by whoever built this door. You know, it's kind of that feeling. It's like maybe we should just try the handle first before we get into the complexities. You know, like, you know, I would feel like an idiot. Not that I'm saying you are, but I would be this person. I have been this person where I would look at this door and I would say, oh, in order to open this door, I have to get all of the numbers matching. I have to do Sudoku. I have to make sure it's all perfect and aligned in order for this door to open. And then my dad, my partner, my brother, or even my child would go up and they would just pull the handle and it would open. And I would want to watch the world burn after that. I'd be so mad. And the night. The Knight reversed. Yeah, so it's like we're afraid to go through the door. We're afraid to just try the handle. And that's causing us to not be loyal to what we love. It's causing us to betray our own heart. Yeah. So yeah, that's the advice here, is to get to the core essence of why are you so afraid to try? Yeah, that's what this period is about. So from now until March, or whenever your deadline is for this new thing, these emotions that come up are in order to help heal that part of you, your self-confidence. They're being brought up in order for you to look at it and ask yourself these questions in order to help you open the door. Okay? So that's all I have for you today. I hope that this was helpful and that it will help you along your journey. If you want a personal reading, I offer that at the link in my bio. Feel free to check that out and look at it. It's not clickable. I don't have 1,000 followers, so I can't put clickable links in there. But you can look it up if you want to, see if I vibe with you. The readings that I offer include all of this, okay? Tarot, oracles, charms, dice, synchronicities, all of it, okay? If you don't vibe with me, if this is the last I see of you, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for allowing me into your energy. Thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me to be your reader. I wish you all of the luck, love, peace, happiness, joy, and abundance on your journey, and especially this healing and your self-confidence. I wish that for you as well. And remember that life is an ever crooked path. You are never off of it, okay? And if you've chosen to follow me today, if you like my vibe, I can't wait to see you in the next one, okay? Bye, guys.